everyone. Jan of Jan Hicks Creates here. How are you doing? Last week was fun, right? For all of my fellow Texans? Not. I hope everybody in the swath of this winter storm is okay now. I hope you've all thawed out. I'm not so sure about the northern regions yet, but I think Texas is pretty much thawed out. We are getting up to 79 degrees today. It's a beautiful sunny day. I don't know whether you can see out there. Gorgeous sunshine. That's more like it. Single-digit temperatures are not something I enjoy, especially in an RV. Although I think we did have it better than a lot of folks out there, all things considered. So we are past that. I don't care to see single-digit temperatures again anytime soon. And we're talking years. But we did okay, and I appreciate all of you who reached out and checked in on us and just sent your love and concern. I do appreciate knowing there's people out there thinking about us. I got a lot of stitching time last week, and I was a monogamous stitcher last week. You know that does not happen in my life. But this time, not only was it necessary, it was most enjoyable, and it passed the time brilliantly while we were in shut down, cold temperatures, not much of anything working in the rig. This is vintage lace. This is my new design, stitched with the NPI Silk Floss Pack from January from Fat Quarter Shop. This is their part of their Fine Floss Club. They are sending out NPI silks, a pack every month. Whoops! And when I got January's, it just spurred me on. I had already had this design in my brain, kind of percolating in the back with what I wanted to do. And when I got the silk packs, it just, with these colors, it just sparked something. I designed this the weekend we were at Garner State Park, so we had no Wi-Fi. So I had a lot of concentrated time to just play on my, in my cross stitch app. And this just fell together, and I couldn't be more pleased. Monogamous stitching, it was not a hardship at all with this. I loved seeing if the colors worked as I wanted them to together, and if the motifs worked as I wanted them to together. And yeah, thrilled. This is stitched on 36 count linen, and I did end up using 2 strands of the silk over the 2 strands of the linen. I am usually a 1 strand on 36 count, but I don't know whether, nobody was able to answer whether NPI silk is a little bit thinner than DMC, but the 1 strand was definitely too fine. I did not like the coverage. The 2 strands is perfect. It was not too much at all. I love that bottom motif. So what do I love the most about this besides just the way it turned out? That bottom corner motif, it was a joy to design. It was a joy to stitch. It makes my heart happy looking at it every single time. And I love this little half lacy motif up there. I love my little flourishes here. I love my flowers at the top. I mean, really. I am in love with this. And apparently you guys are too. Thank you so much to those of you who have already purchased this. I do have links on my product page to the NPI silks on Fat Quarter Shop as well. Now, as I said, this was stitched with their January set. It's the Iris Blue range, part of the Iris Blue range of NPI silks. This is them here, and tucked away safely in their little tux bags now. Every month, Fat Quarter Shop is going to have a different range of their NPI silks if you are a part of the Fine Floss Club. The February set is reds, and When I showed Kimberly this piece, Kimberly Jolly, she had said that she might stitch it in the reds, and I would love to see this in the reds. So if you are a member of her club, of the Fine Floss Club, there are other options coming to you. I personally adore these blues. So yeah, I also provided the conversion to DMC and Cosmo in the pattern, although, you know, you would think with all the colors of DMC and all the colors of Cosmo, I'd be able to find exact matches, but no. This, okay, and the two darker blues, so this blue and this blue are not the same. This blue is the same as these stripes here and is in here, but this is actually, this is like a very dark royal blue, and this is actually a very dark teal blue. DMC and Cosmo do not have the shades that dark and rich. They're just a little bit lighter. So if you choose to go with either DMC or Cosmo, just be aware that the conversion that I give you, I mean, I could have picked a darker blue for this one, but it wasn't the same shade. It was just kind of a plain navy rather than a royal dark blue. So just be aware there will be some differences with the conversions should you choose to go that route. This will get framed professionally at some point, hopefully in the not too distant future. So you are going to be seeing more of that. I want to put it someplace where it's not going to get all wrinkly. Okay, so that last week, working on that kind of totally threw out my whole get shit done, no new starts 2021, because it wasn't part of my plan originally. So last week I would have been working on Hoity Toity. This week I would have been working on the that Four Seasons bell pull. Four Seasons bell pull isn't going to get worked on this month because I really still want to put concentrated time in on Hoity Toity. And so since I have finished Vintage Lace, that's what I've been spending more time on, at least my time in the evenings. So I had shown you last week, or the last time I was here, I guess, I'd gotten all the blue in the top done, and now I'm filling in all of the colored areas in that. So I got that pink all done. I got some blue grays done. I'm starting to get, you see this flower here? I'm getting that matching one done over here. So I'm going to be continuing to work on Hoity Toity for the rest of the month. Yeah, this is, I would like, I'm at, according to Pattern Keeper, I am at, I think, just at 37%. I would like to get to 45% before March gets here. I don't know whether I'll make it or not, but I'm going to give it the old college try. This is stitched on a 36 count mystery linen that has been in my stash for ages. The tag is long gone, so I do not know what it is. And it is with my conversion, mostly the called for over dyed flosses, but with some otherwise. In fact, these pinks, this pink here, it's this pink, the pink that's over here. This is called Holland Tulips by Victorian Motto. And I don't know whether it's coming through for you on the camera, but it is a gorgeous blend of a lighter, kind of a corally pink and a darker pink. I mean, the shades in that one skein are stunning. Now, I may have to turn off here. The lawn workers, the lawn keeper guys are here today. There's a pile of leaves. This is apparently fall in San Antonio for the live oaks, which is the big tree we have here. And so we have a ton of leaves on the ground that they are cleaning up and using leaf blowers. So I may have to stop this. It will just be a second stop for you. Who knows how long it will be for me. Anyways, that Victorian motto thread, every stitch is just gorgeous. I do have my conversion for this on the blog. I understand the Victorian mottos you can't get, but I have provided what are equivalents. What I've done is provided the equivalents for those for what I have chosen in the DMC, that you could either use that or take the DMC to your local needlework shop and find an overdyed that might be close. So that is Hoity Toity. I also did not work on my Prim Stitch series at all last week because I really was truly monogamous, but I got it back out after I was finished. So I am working on block 8, and I have my little girl there mostly done. She has another row or two on the bottom of her dress that I need to do, and then she's holding a great big bouquet of flowers here, and then there is a sheep that will get put in right there. So I hope to get started on the sheep today. That is on 25 count Lugana. I am stitching that over 1 instead of over 2 as is called for, but it is the called for fabric and the called for floss, which is Aurifil floss, all from Fat Quarter Shop. I also have been working along on Stronger Together. This is the Black History Month free chart that Fat Quarter Shop has. It is free. Well, no, it's not free. If you buy it, all the proceeds go towards United Negro College Fund. That is through the month of February. So you still have time to participate in this. So as you can see, I am almost done. I just have the rest of this triangle here to do in that wonderful wavy navy by Classic Colorworks. And this is on 32 count and 32 count mystery linen. So I will be done with that in the next day or two, maybe. Well, definitely. I'm also my hour a day projects are the Prim Stitch series, which I am back to doing. Stronger Together, which I'm almost done. And then, let me corral this so I don't fling fabric all over the place. This is the 2020 Fragments in Time series. So I was able to spend some time this week, some more time on, get that floss out of the way, on block 2. So I got the grass done and I got started on the word at the bottom. I also took out over here, there were kind of, let me see if I can show you here. Do you see that little corner embellishment there? There is the same thing like on the bottom of this block and then kind of more bigger ones, kind of like this triangle here in the corner. They were in this bright blue. This is Mrs. Sadis floss, by the way. She does have the silk pack on her shop, and all these, everything that I'm mentioning, I will be linking below. I decided I didn't like those corner embellishments in that bright blue. I like the fact, you see there's kind of the outline in the maroon and then these little squares in the maroon. I decided I like and then the maroon strip here going around the outside. I decided I like the maroon as more of a framing element. The bright blue I think was too distracting. I also like the taking those corner elements out kind of cleans up this block. I might not even put them back in. I have often said that designers are often afraid of white space. And I think part of it is that when you have elements that are relatively close together, but there's some space between them, a stitcher's tendency is to want to carry floss between the elements. And so if you have something in the middle to jump to, it's easier. I don't know if that's the reasoning. I don't know if there is reasoning. But in design, white space is a good thing. It gives the eye a place to rest. And I think that is true for this block. So I may not put those corner squares in, or if I do, I will just keep them small, like that one. So anyways, moving along on block 2. So that is what that finished will look like. And then block 3, that's a really pretty one with the beehives and the flowers. So that is block 3. I will keep plugging away at this an hour a day. And with Stronger Together done, I think I may bring out that sign. Do you remember the by Ink Circles, what is it, Sign Seasons? Do you remember that one? That may come out to play. So that is it for what I've been working on. A couple news notes that I wanted to share with you before I go on as I kind of clean up things as I'm talking. You may have seen on Facebook or heard on other Flosstubes or in other media channels or other social networks. Stitch Mania, the Facebook group, the huge and well-known and one of the first of its kind cross-stitch related Facebook groups, has decided to shut down. Garrett and Katie, the 2 moderators, I think have just become more and more overwhelmed as it has grown. There's a lot of bickering that happens on these Facebook groups sometimes with so many different viewpoints, political viewpoints, type of personalities, type of people that the moderators have to contend with. I am very fortunate so far in that I have seen none of that on my group. I have a small group compared to something like Stitch Mania, and that's good. That's fine. And I will say, if I ever see any bickering, I'm going to be like a mother here. If I see any bickering or any comments I don't like, they're getting deleted immediately. I have a post about that, an announcement about that at the top of my group. I'm not taking any crap. So don't even go there on my group. If you don't like something, pass on by. But anyway, Garrett and Katie have decided to shut down Stitch Mania. They are going to go through one last Mania, and then June 1st it will be archived. Now, having said that, there was a post that started yesterday, I believe, when I was reading it. I think yesterday is just when they made the announcement, so this is fairly fresh news. But people started posting about creating replacement groups, because the one thing about Stitch Mania is that Katie and Garrett did allow for a more liberal viewpoint in that group, and that was appreciated by many. And so they wanted to create another group that was similar. And several were created, but one of them was called Stitch All the Things. And Christine Slaughter posted yesterday on Facebook. Now, if you know Christine Slaughter, she does have a Flosstube channel and has had a Flosstube channel for years called Stitch All the Things. And she has that's her IG name, that's her, that's her handle. And while that is not copyrighted, she has started to get queries about the group. And she just wanted to put out there, she is not associated with it in any way. They took that name. It's the same as her Flosstube channel. When I saw that, I thought, that's not a good idea. But it is not copyrighted, so they are free to use it. But just know, if you see anything out there relating that Facebook group to Christine and her Flosstube channel, her IG account, Stitch All the Things, she is not related to it in any way. So if you could just make sure, if you see it, let people know that's not her. The other thing I wanted to bring to your attention is the Needlework Expo. Now, as you know, every March, the Nashville Needlework Expo happens in Nashville, Tennessee. That has been canceled for this year, of course, because of COVID. But there is a replacement this year, a virtual expo called the Needlework Expo. I don't know who's running it. I don't know who set it up, but it is the replacement for Nashville. And I would say most of the mainstream designers are attending it. So that means I would think most of the needlework shops are attending it. Again, all virtual. I don't know how it's working. I don't care how it's working. I'm not attending. But it's really fun. As always, the sneak peeks are happening. They're on Instagram. They have their own channel or their own account. So it's really cool, as always, to see the sneak peeks and the previews from the designers, and the shops are starting to take pre-orders. I was wondering if you would be interested in me doing a video kind of going through that Needlework Expo IG channel account to kind of see what's coming and hear what I'm interested in. And just if you aren't on IG, it might give you a better chance to see things. I have looked around on the different shops that I mostly shop at, who in the past have done pre-orders, and I'm not seeing them yet. So let me know if that's a video. It'd be kind of like Let's Go Shopping, only it's a Needlework Expo edition, and it would be its own video. Okay. I still have tips and tricks. I have today's Let's Go Shopping installment. I have haul. I have giveaway. Still lots to come in this video, but first we are going to do the tips and tricks. So join me. I'm going to flip the camera around, and I am going to show you today how to deal with slubs in your linen fabric. I did get an email question from Barb. She is returning to cross stitch, and she wants to start moving into linen, and she wanted to know how to handle slubs. And I believe I did show this in a video at some point. I don't remember when, but I thought it's always good to show it again. So I'm going to flip you around and we'll get to that. Okay, so for tips and tricks today, we are going to be talking about slubs in linen. So yes, this is more focused on linen and my linen stitchers out there. But again, all knowledge is good to have, so I hope those of you who don't stitch on linen will still stick around and kind of see what we're talking about here. And especially if one of the things that you don't like about linen is the fact that there are slubs. It is one of the charms of linen. It is something that I think people either love or hate. There are slubs that I can live with, and there are slubs that I can't. The nature of linen is thick and thin threads. And you will see, usually what I find is when there is a thicker thread, because you may say, okay, let me back up a second. You may say, well, if it's thick and thin threads, how is it that it's an even weave? How do you get it to be the same number of threads every inch? How does it work out so it stays in like even stitches? And that is because usually when there is a thicker thread like this one here, there is a thinner one right next to it. And so that means one compensates for the other, right? Thick and thin, and they work out even across the breadth of your fabric, basically. So usually, if it's not too bad, I will just stitch over it. It's not a problem. But there are times when you get bigger slubs like something like this. And these are the ones that I play with. And so I'm going to play with it a bit here today and show you what I do, and hope you give you an idea of how to work with slubs and how to decide, is it worth messing with or not. Now this one, as you can see, and I actually had a bigger one in here somewhere that I really had to work with, and I got it out. Usually a slub is an extra piece of the linen thread, the linen yarn that got caught in the weaving process and got glommed onto another thread. So when I see something like this, I don't start picking at it too much to begin with. I kind of look on the front, I look on the back. It doesn't look as bad on the back, but I kind of play with it a little bit and decide, is it something that will come out easily, I am very, very careful to make sure I am not damaging the base fabric, that messing with the slub, that it is just extra, and messing with it isn't going to hurt the fabric itself. The last thing I want to do is destroy one of the actual linen threads. And by the looks of it, to me, this is just some extra fluff that got stuck in the weaving process or in the spinning process of creating the actual yarn or the actual thread. So, I mean, literally what I do is just slowly start picking at it. Always checking to be sure that that thread, the linen thread, is going to be okay. And this actually looks like it's somewhat in between two threads. Do you see? I have a linen thread here. Put my needle under it. That's one linen thread. And then the next linen thread, and usually to determine, I do go kind of up and down where it's clearer a bit to see where the next thread is. And the next thread is this thicker one. See, I'm just kind of teasing stuff out of the way so I have a clearer view. Okay, and see, that's the next linen thread there. The vertical thread is what I'm talking about. And so this is just kind of stuck in the middle of them. So with care, I should be able to get this out. Without damaging things too much. Well, without damaging things at all. I don't want to damage I don't want to damage the actual fabric at all. So what I'm going to do now, I'm actually going to kind of stick my needle in here so I can see where I am, and bring it back to the back side and see if I can pull that bit of fluff to the back. Every slub is different. You will have, like I said, some that are actually attached to the linen thread, one of the threads itself. And this one, like I said, happens to be in the middle. So I'm going to go back forward and see what that looks like. And you can see how clean that looks, just pulling it to the back. And there's still some debris that I'll want to kind of trim off and clean up a bit. Now it continues down here. Flip it back over. And of course, if I weren't doing this as a demo, I wouldn't even be messing with this. Since this is off the side of the fabric, I'm not stitching over this part, so this wouldn't bother me at all. It would just be part of the fabric that gets either covered up with framing or as part of the border of the piece before framing. But obviously I'm using this as a demonstration for you. This was a good piece to do a demo on. So I have this bit of fluff sticking up here now. I've determined that it is not part of the fabric, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. basically just to get it out of the way. You hear that jingle? That is my pretty scissor fob by Jen Upton of Absolutely Fabulous. Isn't that cool? All right, so next then, again, depending on how much this bothered me, I would continue down to the next bit, doing the same thing, just working at it, pulling out the excess, determining where the actual fibers of the fabric are, where the slub is. Like this piece here, I'm just going to cut that off. Do you see that kind of sticking up there? I'm just cutting that off, getting that out of the way. And for most slubs, they do just go on for usually a short distance on your fabric, and then they're gone. Just pulled, since I'd cut those other bits off, I was able to just pull some of that out. There's still some pieces of the linen. You can see the actual kind of linen thread sticking up there. I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. And I might work with this a little bit more if I were actually stitching on it. I think there's a little bit, maybe a little bit more I could get out. But I think another important part of doing this with slubs is knowing when to stop. And that's, I think what I have here is perfectly fine to stitch on. I've removed most of it. I can see the base fabric. There's a little bit of fluff still left here. But, you know, you reach a point where, okay, that's good. I've done what I can do. If I do any more, don't want to mess up the fabric, that I can live with. So, like I said at the beginning, you start by deciding if the slub is bad enough that you need to do something with it. And then you end by deciding whether it's worth messing with anymore or you can continue stitching. So I hope that helps. Different fabrics are different, of course. There's higher quality of linen and lesser quality of linen. Zweigart is known as being a very high quality, not as many slubs, but there are still slubs. Slubs happen. It's a natural part of the spinning and weaving process. Again, you will decide what you can live with. What I'm a picker. What can I tell you? Little things like that I need to pick at. Yarn, you will get yarn sometime that still has some hay in it from, you know, the sheep's wool. Even if it's been cleaned and carded, there are many times still debris left in the yarn. Even after all the cleaning and carding and spinning, there's still debris left in yarn. I have to pick it out. I can't stand it. I'm a picker. You may not be. So you decide what you can live with and what you can't, and whether it's worth messing with the slub or not. If you do feel that you want to, don't be afraid of it. Just take it very slow. Just pick at it very carefully with your fingernail, with your needle. Look for those linen threads and just little by little see if you can tease out enough so that you can continue stitching. I hope you found that useful. Now back to our regular video. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you could see okay and you kind of understand what I was showing there. Again, my main caution is just to be careful as you're picking away at that. You don't want to take the chance of hurting the base fabric threads, but I do hope you found that useful. And of course, let me know if you have any questions about what I was showing there. Next, before we get into my other piles here, we're going to go shopping. It's time to shop. So today we are going to Italy again. The shop name is Crocette a Go-Go. I don't know whether I'm saying that right. For my Italian followers out there, let me know what that means. This is a really cute shop. I think you're really going to enjoy it. So let's go shopping. Are you ready to go shopping with me today? I have some really cute things to show you. I just started looking through this. I thought, you know, I'm going to discover them with you today. Many times I kind of review the shop first, but this one, oh my goodness, so cute. So this is an Italian designer. Oh, Crocette a Go-Go shop. I haven't the faintest idea if that's right. Crocette a Go-Go, Italian cross-stitch patterns from Veneto, Italy, which I believe is Venice. She's been on Etsy since 2019. Let's skip over here to her About page. Oh, let's see. Owner and shop members. Her name is Marula. She's the owner, the designer, and the marketer, so she does it all. Oh, so cute. Wait till you see these. I'm going to sort by most recent so we can see what she's up to. All right, like I said, I have started looking at some of these and started favoriting them and then decided to stop. So, very, very, very cute patterns. Wintertime. After what I just came through, I apparently need this one more than I realized. God. Whose idea was it to stick harsh winter in a Texas spring? Anyway, isn't that cute? I think that's adorable. It just needs some sheep. Those would be better as sheep. Sheep in winter doesn't go. Of course, bears are hibernating. You could even just do like this strip up here as like a long pillow, or even just the little house and the trees as a little pillow. I think this is adorable. So cute. Now, she has some really cute, like monthly things. Her description of these says she tries to keep a kind of one color theme for each month. She kind of loses it. You see these more in the earlier months, I think, but again, and she kind of gives you what the main theme is for each month. So autumn for September, of course, October, Halloween, Christmas in December. Very simply finished. I think those are adorable. And this one, this is gorgeous. Look at that nativity scene. I love the little kind of Middle Eastern houses, the angels, the nativity scene, the kings coming. Oh, that is so pretty. And again, maybe it's because she does a lot of boxes. Okay, now this I believe is her new monthly set. I'm not sure. Like I said, I haven't been all down through here. And these, again, are kind of a similar color scheme for each month. Or she kind of unites the colors in the month, I guess I should say. These, when she's putting the month and how many total days there are in each month, unless it's a leap year, of course. Oh, so cute. And I love the finish on like this little cabinet door with the glass front that she's taken out and put them, it's just beautiful. And look at the kitties. We will call him Sasha. This, oh, did I favorite this one yet? I need to. Now, you guys probably realize I'm not big into really cutesy patterns, and that's not my style per se. I love this dove, and I think I would actually keep the word pache on it instead of changing it to the English piece. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, the other ones are super cute too. Beautiful, sweet spring designs. I didn't enlarge that. I needed to enlarge that. I love that dove. Isn't that pretty? I am not starting anything new, but I tell you what, these are tempting me. Okay, so these, I love the name of this, Pum King Owl. So the owl on his throne of pumpkins makes him the pumpkin owl. Isn't that cute? Oh, I love that. So the months again. Now this is her 2020 set. So all of them are, I think you still have to buy them separately, 4 at a time. I love this. Again, I need to favorite that. Yes, I know I added it to my favorites. So this is the same set as that. Snow, January, Be Mine, February. So cute. Oh, there's a little sheep. The sheep is in overalls. I love it. Oh my goodness. I know, I don't usually do cutesy, but these are really cute. These spring and summer ones, the big pillows, super adorable. Can't really tell what this one is. That's cute. A dog and a kitty. Very cute. Not something I'm going to favorite. It's very pretty too. Look at the flowers. Aren't those pretty? I think I will favorite those. Why not? A springtime one and along the same theme as her wintertime one. Very sweet. And again, you could just do parts of it as a pillow. It's a smaller pillow. Santa on the reindeer. Oh, look at the Christmas one. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I really like that. Yeah. I could see doing that one. I like the font she uses too. That is really pretty. Gonna favorite. Oh, I already have favorited that one. I guess I did look at this at some point, huh? Oh, these are cute little tags. Isn't that sweet? Now those are reusable. That's great for recycling. Wow, I really like those. The finishing is very interesting too. She must have just, maybe it's on cardboard with the edges all frayed. That's really cute. Favorite. Pretty 4th of July one. Yeah. I'm not sure what it is with chickens pulling wagons, but you know, whatever floats your boat. I guess I'm not as much of a chicken person as a lot of people seem to be. These are pretty ornaments. That's really cute. See, so many cute things here. And totally different from last week's, right? With the watercolor flowers. Oh, that's gorgeous with the cardinal. Look how pretty that is. And the French horn. See, oh, look, I favorited that one before too. At least I'm consistent in my taste. Little gnome love one. Blue Christmas. There's the winter one to go with the spring and autumn that we saw up above, or summer. I think I've seen somebody do this one. The beach one. That looks familiar. Kitty on the beach. Yeah, I don't think so. What do you think? There's the autumn one. Oh, look at this winter one. You know why? You know why it is that I like winter so much, or winter designs so much? Because they always use a lot of blues. And because blue is my favorite color, they catch my eye every time. Angel of Winter. Reindeer. Halloween, for you people that like Halloween. I'll stick with pumpkins in autumn. Now this is a neat one. Pumpkin Walk. I don't typically like people in my designs. I really like her dress though. I might favorite that one just for grins. A couple more Halloween ones there for you Halloween lovers. Christmas pillow in the same theme as the other ones. Well, these hearts are pretty. Very nice. And another one of the floral ones. Looks like cyclamen. I'm a sucker for flowers. What do you think? See anything there that you need to buy? I've seen quite a bit. I love these monthly ones. Ah, no new starts, Jan, no new starts. I'm going to live through you. Who's going to buy those and start those? Of course, that's going to make me want to join you. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed our visit to Crocetta a Go-Go. Disegni a punto croce. Something like that. All right, guys, back to our video. Bye-bye. All right, what do you think? You getting anything? I like those monthly ones. Yeah. No new starts, Jan. Doesn't mean I can't buy stuff though, right? Alrighty. Haul and giveaways. So let me rearrange this a little bit. I will say for the giveaways from, let's see, I still have the Dottie bag to mail out. And of course, the last video's giveaways didn't get mailed because nothing happened. Mail didn't get in or out last week. We're still catching up from mailing from that. This is this week's giveaways. I'm going to put that under there. I'm going to do haul first, and then I'll do the giveaways. So let me have this. You go here. All right. I have both stuff I got and stuff from a very generous follower. Jenny. Hi, Jenny. Thank you so much. These are wonderful. So Jenny sent me a bunch of her older things that she has either done, so some of these are used, or hasn't done. Let's see. Jenny asked me on here about StitchCon. She wanted to know what StitchCon is. I am signed up for StitchCon, as are many of you, the first week of StitchCon. So Jenny, StitchCon is a retreat that happens in Cincinnati, and I see you are in Northern Kentucky, very close to Cincinnati. Get your name on the waiting list, Jenny. StitchCon stitchcon.com, stitchcon2021.com, something like that. I'll link that below as well. I hope I remember. If I don't remember, remind me. StitchCon is a retreat. The first one in 2018 was about 400 people, a convention center room full of stitchers, all at round tables. There were about 8 people at a table, and it was spectacular. I would say it was a weekend of stitching, but I personally didn't get much stitching done. But there's also an annex. It is organized by Keepsakes, the cross-stitch store in Cincinnati. And they did have a shop annex there that you could spend money. They had a bus that, it was actually an old school bus that they renovated to be the bus to take us back and forth to the actual store Keepsakes. And it was just a wild time of meeting people in person that you'd only met before, for the most part, on social media. It was an amazing weekend. So sign up for the waiting list if you're interested. You do stay for the weekend. It's at the hotel, the Hyatt, that's attached to the convention center. It's just amazing. There's other hotels all around. It's just amazing. Anyway, Ginny sent me a pile of really cool patterns that will become giveaways for the most part. I'm going to keep a couple. I hope that's okay. Chessie and Me is the first one. This is called Halloween Stack. Black Cat on Pumpkins. What's Not to Love. Cricket Collection Woolen Sheep. This is an older one. Does it say what the... This is chart number 10 from Cricket Collection. So yeah, a little bit of time has passed. 1985. This is called Santa's Helper by Cedar Hill. There is not a picture to go with it, but it looks like it is a raccoon, maybe on a pile of blankets with a little tree in the background. Looks really cute. I wish I had a picture to show you, but there isn't. Too Cute for Pie. Pumpkin. Forgive the glare. Several Diane Grabner designs, quilt designs, and black cats. These are not a giveaway just yet. I have some other things lined up first, but these things will all come eventually. Garfield. As well as some smaller pillow designs. This one's pretty. Of course, it's flowers. Crocuses. Who's ready for spring? Aren't we all at this point? P. Buckley Moss. This is Grandpa's house. I have to say this one I may keep. I have always loved P. Buckley Moss. Although I have to say this really does scream, what, 90s? 80s? 87, yep. But I may keep that one. Bent Creek's Winter Row. This one has seen some use, so it is a little wrinkled, but the chart is still perfectly readable. Cedar Hill Country. Very cute. Fancy That. Hop, hop, hop. With Easter coming up, I will probably give this one away next month. It's a little dark. The picture's dark. But what's new, right? Lizzie Cates, Hats Off to Halloween. This one I will probably wait until the fall to give. Any of the fall ones I'll wait till the fall. Come with Thankful Hearts, another Lizzie Kate. This is a cute one. Prairie Schooler Village Sampler. This is another one I'll probably keep. $19.86. Fancy That's Pumpkin Patch. This is a cute one. So, again, thank you very much, Ginny. Those will be well appreciated, I'm sure, by whoever gets them in the end. Okay. Goodies that I got. So I had showed you the last video, the floss that I had gotten for my spring Cosmo design. Percolating, percolating, percolating in the back of my head. It is called Under the Tulips, if that gives you any hints. I had gotten these brighter spring colors, and then I got the rest of them. They had to order the other ones that I wanted. This is from Fat Quarter Shop. So this is my palette. And the way this works for me at this point, since I don't have the Cosmo floss, I look at the Cosmo color card, I pick out a spring palette, get an idea, look at the Cosmo color floss, and then ask Fat Quarter Shop for these colors. And then I start designing. And it means I'm pretty much locked into those colors then. So it kind of is a, I won't say a challenge so much, but you know, what I've asked for is what I'm going to use. And so it kind of keeps me focused on what I'm doing and what I can do. And, you know, it just kind of keeps me locked into those colors. But I think I have enough. I asked for more this time than I usually do, because I wanted the brights and the more pastels. So we'll see what happens. Oh, I forgot to open this. So I got the next set of Vicki Clayton's variegated floss. This is the variegated set number 6. Again, these are all rubbed colors. I didn't open it yesterday when I got it, so I looked at it through the package. Of course, it is plastic, but I will share them now with you. Rubbed Ultramaroon. These are monthly sets that she does, and I'm getting the variegated one. She does a solid set as well. This is Rubbed Hunter. Oh, this is gorgeous. Of course it is. Rubbed Turquoise. Isn't that gorgeous? All right, my leaf blower guys are down the road a bit, so I think I'm safe. Rubbed Vermilion. Look at that red. Isn't that gorgeous? And Rubbed Pink. I hope you can see the variation in these. They're gorgeous. Rubbed Darkest Mermaid. Oh, that is stunning. Rubbed Purple. Oh my God. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Rubbed Navy. Can you see that? Oh. Rubbed Yellow. And then last but not least, Rubbed Red. I love these. I love getting these little spools of silk once a month. And I'm building up quite a nice stash of Vicki silks. Love it. All right. I also did a little shopping at Silver Needle this month. I kind of have fallen hard for Brenda Keys. I have these ones. I have something else coming from Kitten Stitcher, and I already have a couple more in my shopping cart at Kitten Stitcher. I saw this one first being stitched by somebody. I believe they posted it in Caroline Off the Grid Needle Arts Facebook group, Friday Off the Grid, and fell hard in love. I'm gonna take this out. Here come my leaf blower guys wielding their leaf blowers. They're not turned on yet. I have a feeling they're gonna start at the top of the road and work their way down, so be prepared. I was hoping to get through this. This is an actual photograph. This is all full coverage around the edge. I believe it's over 1 on 25 count Lugana. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So that Brenda Keys And then this Brenda Keys, and I'm sure you've seen this other places, the Ultimate Sampler Motif source book. And it really is just pages and pages of the flowers and the houses and the borders and the people and the crowns and the ships and the, I mean, everything that you usually see on a sampler is in here. Now, a lot of this can be found in sources in the antique pages on the internet. There's Internet Archive, there's Internet Pattern Resource, that are all like scanned in pages from books from the 1800s, you know, what 17, 18, early 1900s, you know, what the girls used when they were making their samplers. But what's nice about this book is that it's all brought together, categorized, so you're not looking through all these random pages of things out there on the interwebs. So that is a fantastic resource for anybody who may be designing, may think they want to start designing, who maybe you just want to change some motifs. There's also some great alphabets in here. So it gives you some resources, just even if you want to put your name on things. So, love that. All right, that is all of my goodies for this month, or for this video. This month, what am I talking about? Okay, giveaways. So winners from last week and then this week's last video. Okay, Prim and Proper, I told you I had it. And this is the stitch along that is starting with Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop on March 1st, I believe, along with the Serendipity stitch along, which I cannot wait to start. I said that was an exception. That's an exception to my no new start, so I don't want to hear it. Prim and Proper. So this was won by Sylvia Labida, or Labeda. Something like that, right, Sylvia? Did I get that close? Winter Cottages, floss pack and or pattern. If you don't already have the pattern. Oops, I only picked one winner. Oh, please. Okay. The winner of the Winter Cottages floss pack and pattern. The winners, because there's two of them. So the first winner is Kim Rupe, R-U-P-E. And the second winner is Lorna Themelis. Hopefully one of those is right, Lorna. If you don't have the pattern, let me know. I will be emailing you the PDF. As always, I will be commenting on your comment, so you can email me with your mailing address. Alrighty then. This week's giveaways. We're coming to the end here. Got to keep my brain with me. I have 3 chosen. The first one, this was also something given to me, I believe, by Christine. I shouldn't say, because I don't remember who gave me what at this point. But I think Christine gave me a bunch of the heartstring samplery ones, and this is one of them. This is called I Love You Truly, Truly Dear. Now, that's an old song. And this, I really should keep it and do it myself. But the people who understand it are gone, unfortunately. My father always sang that to my mother whenever he was in trouble. Whenever she was mad at him, he was mischievous. He would sing to her, I love you truly, truly dear, and she would just go, oh. So, what shall you tell me if you want this one? Do you have a song memory from when you were a child? I have to have the words in it, don't I? It's hard to think up cute little things to have you say. So maybe this is another time I will test you. Use the phrase, I love you truly, somehow in your comment. And don't just tell me that you love me truly. I know you do. Give me something clever. You'll still be entered even if you just say, I love you truly, though. I'm easy. All right, next one. My copy of the Bloomtopia pattern. So this was last year's Make-A-Wish Foundation charity stitch along by Fat Quarter Shop. This is their annual quilt along and stitch along where they raise money for the Central South Texas Make-A-Wish Foundation. And Bloomtopia was last year's, Serendipity is this year's. So what I got was the full set of the patterns on these really nice cardstock pieces of paper. So this is my giveaway for you celebrating soon the start of Serendipity. And then last but not least, I was going to pull this out because I still have this unframed here. Dorothy Allen. This is the sampler by R&R Reproductions from 1994. It is a reproduction sampler of a sampler in the Bennington Museum in Vermont. I believe this is one of the first ones that they charted. R&R Reproductions, Crown and Thistle is their name for the for their patterns now. Included in this is the silks that were left over from my stitching it. I got this as a gift from one of the gals that gave me a stack of fabric. This was included in it. So I had enough silk left to do the sampler, and there is a lot of silk left. I do not know if it's totally enough to do it all, but it looks like there's quite a bit left depending on what count fabric you do it on. I believe it is a Vera Soie silk. So, oh, I didn't say, if you want to win this, just say, I would love to stitch Bloomtopia, or something clever if you can think of it. And this, I would love to stitch Dorothy Allen. I'm not up to thinking of anything clever today, apparently. So, I think that is all, except last but not least, our angel card. Isn't that pretty with that dark blue background? A little dove. Peace comes from within. May you find the peace within your own patient heart. One of the things I'm always working on is patience. That is not a strong suit for me. I've probably said that many times before on this video, on these videos. May you find peace within your own patient heart. I need to take that to heart. All right, guys. Hope you are doing well. I hope all of you who are frozen are at least on your way to thawing. I saw that New Jersey is getting another snowstorm, so Kathy, stay warm, stay safe. Those signs of springs that's out there that people are showing, they're under there, they're waiting patiently. Patience for that snow to melt. Spring always comes. Spring is my favorite season. I can't wait to start seeing the spring wildflowers here in Texas. That is something I'm very much looking forward to, and hopefully I will have pictures for you from it. Probably the only pictures I'm going to put on the front of this video are going to be of snow. No, I do have some other pretty outdoor pictures to share. Anyway, that's all for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you will stay safe and healthy, and I will see you in a week to 10 days. Until then, take care, know that I love you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.